Welcome to Mamarazzi. I'm Denise Albert.
I'm Melissa Gerstein, and we're the moms. I have 3 kiddos.
And I have 2. She's happily married, and I'm happily divorced.
And we've been talking about parenting across the country with a community of moms at our Mamarazzi events. And we are so excited to bring Mamarazzi to a wider audience with this show at the People Entertainment Weekly Network.
And joining us today, we have the fabulous Toni Collette, who is starring in the new film called Fun Mom Dinner, out this Friday, August 4th. And the movie is very funny.
And you can hear applause because we also have here with us in New York City a live studio audience full of moms and dads just waiting to ask you questions.
And you at home, we want to hear from you too. Tweet us with the hashtag Mamarazzi. Send in videos with parenting questions to Toni to burst.com/Mamarazzi. And you can also comment on People Entertainment Weekly Network's Facebook page. Ask anything you like, and dads, don't be shy. We like to hear from you too.
Toni!
Hi.
Thank you. The movie is so fun. Oh my gosh. I mean, a mom of 3, mom of 2. Any mom out there would just love this. And we have...
And dads.
And dads, of course. And
women with no kids.
Yeah, everybody, sorry. So
Film for everybody.
we have a fan who has a question for you. So let's take
Straight
a quick
up.
look.
All right,
Straight
let's
up.
do it.
Hi Toni, huge fan. I cannot wait to go see Fun Mom's Dinner when it comes out on August 4th. I just had a question. If you could have a Fun Mom's Dinner in real life, which one of your friends would you invite and why? And if you would include any celebrities that you've always wanted to meet in that group as well. Thanks.
Oh, she's so sweet.
I know.
So who would they be? Who would be in your
well,
Fun
I
Mom
would just
Dinner?
bring my best girlfriends, right? I think you're most yourself with them. You get each other, and it's a moment to let your hair down and you know, connect. Everyone's busy, and I don't think I'd want to invite any kind of stranger danger to something where you're just wanting to have a fun time together and you know each other so well. But it would definitely involve some nice food and wine and maybe a swim, a skinny dip under the stars.
And no celebs. No celebs with that Fun Mom
I
Dinner.
have some friends who are known, but and I've had some dinners with them too. But I feel weird about talking about who they are.
No,
But your friends are your friends from
Yeah,
back
high
home,
school.
growing up?
Yeah, at home, and I mean, I've been lucky enough to kind of work and live all around the place, and I have some really solid friends in several different cities. So it's when I'm traveling, I get to catch up with each of them. It's really wonderful.
Now, have you made friends through some of your kids through their schools, and because that's kind of how these moms come together.
Yeah.
And I think it's really special to connect with the other parents at the school. I mean, also they can keep you tuned in because you're a busy working mom. Like, don't forget brownie night or whatever it is, right? So, do you have a lot of those friendships, and do they come to your Fun Mom dinners too?
To be honest, I've made a couple. I don't have like an extensive pool of parental friends, simply because my life isn't, I'm not in one place all the time. I move around so much, so it's hard to kind of develop those friendships. But they have happened, and they, you know, hopefully will continue to happen. But I think, yeah, the story of the film is that these women go out and the one kind of commonality is that they have kids that all go to the same preschool, and the great thing about it is they celebrate who they were before they had kids. In this night, they kind of remember who they are without all of the responsibilities that they have. And I think that's essential, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's a lot
because like I feel like dads and men, like, you want to grab a beer after work, and they always do those kinds of things, and we have to almost like schedule it.
No, we don't.
I
That's
feel
just
like-
you. There is so much fun to be had for moms too, and there's a lot of moms on the set with you. And the film was written by Julie Rudd, who wrote the film, which I love. Really, while dropping her between school drop-off and pick-up.
While her kids are at school.
Right, and
she
so
really
there's-
utilized her time. She had the idea. She'd never done it before, and I find it so inspirational that she did that, you know. She had this idea, and she ruminated and thought and, you know, marinated, and it came out, and in the most beautiful script. When it was sent to me, I could identify with each of the characters. These 4 women are very, very different, and they're all so likable, and yeah, I just think it's a really important film about female friendship. Connecting with other people and also with yourself, and remembering who you are beyond.
No, I gotta
You know.
go out more.
I know. I need to take her out with me. We have another burst video in from a fan about the movie. Watch this.
I was just wondering about Adam Levine. I know he was in the movie that you were just in, and I was just wondering what he was like to work with, and if he sang for you guys at all, or just like what he was like.
Adam Levine.
She's a fan, but she doesn't quite know how to say it. Adam is the sweetest, most down-to-earth, lovely guy who was there for 2 days, and I think Katie was the most nervous. She had to kiss him, and
Oh, poor her.
but she was really nervous because she hates karaoke. There's a karaoke scene, and in fact, I was at karaoke last night, which is why my voice is like this. So please excuse me. But
We will need more about that later.
Yes. No, now.
But she's petrified of singing, and then she has to not only sing in a movie, but in front of Adam Levine. So yeah, but he
he
was just so casual.
Anybody on
What's
set?
that?
Did he serenade anybody on set?
No, he was totally
Did you?
cool.
You have a little bit of rocker in you.
I didn't. I don't think. Well, sometimes people are like, "Oh, that's cool. I like the song you sing." I don't even realize I'm singing sometimes.
That's like you. Like
Yeah.
I can't sing. I don't know words. They just.
Everyone can sing.
No, not everyone can sing, but that's very kind of you. See, that's like the nice
Well, you
mom
have-
friend.
You have
side.
that. You were in a band, or you did something with your husband. Am I right?
I mean, before I started acting, I kind of realized I could sing when I was about 13 or 14, and I started in musicals.
Wait, let's hear something. Come on.
Listen to my voice.
I love it.
Had so much fun last night.
I know. I just feel like you would have
It was
such.
It's the-
really fun. We had the premiere of the movie last night in New York, and then there was an after party, and then there was an after party, and I got to bed pretty late, so I
It's
don't usually sound like
outstanding.
this.
But and so you actually had like a fun mom celebration and dad.
Yes, absolutely, we did. Yeah, it was excellent.
That's fun. So you have a little bit of that in you.
I have a lot of that in me. Are you kidding? Look, my family is the most important thing to me. I'm so in love with my children, and but I think it is really important to have moments of just for you to balance it out.
Right.
Because you give so much. It's just selfless.
It's not healthy.
Right.
Position
Now,
that
you're good
in
like
the,
that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In the film, I'm also good in, with vices. But there are some vices in the film, which I don't do. But you're seen smoking. So
true.
is that something? Do you talk to your kids about not smoking?
All the time, because I actually think it's moronic and the most stupid thing anybody could ever do, knowing what it does to you, and drives me insane. In fact, at the premiere last night, it was on a rooftop and there was a pool, and people, I guess, they're like, "We're outside, I'm going to smoke," and I'm yelling at them, "If you want to commit suicide, do it."
Oh my God! How many drinks were you
You're
in after
ruining
that?
my hair.
By the way,
I
we
only
had
had
that
3 drinks,
yesterday.
but I didn't have dinner, so it was like,
Ooh, there you go. 3 drinks,
I
no
love
dinner.
it.
That's a problem. You should know better.
But do you have any vices or anything that's just
um.
that you hide from your kids?
No, I want to be as open as possible with my kids and like try to set a good example, if only to be honest about the things I shouldn't do. But no, I don't really have any vices. I'm pretty healthy, and I even had to give up caffeine recently, and I was only having 1 cup of tea a day. It's so boring. I mean, I like a glass of wine. Right?
That's not a vice.
No, but the way it
allowed.
affects me is really, like, I'm quite sensitive to stuff, so really it is not a good thing for me, but I do like it. With a good meal, and it's relaxing. And,
I agree.
Or
We're
in the
going right
bath.
after
or,
this.
And
How has your life changed since having kids? Because I know that you travel for work, you pick up and move. Do you ever think that you should stay in one place for the kids, or you just say, "Hey, this is our life"?
Both. It's impossible for us to be in one place, so it's just a world of guilt if I do that, and it's unrealistic. So we just, go with the flow and accept that this is what it is, and it's not a typical lifestyle, but what is that? There's no normalcy. Everyone has a choice about how they live. You've got one life, and do what you want to do. Live from the gut, live from the heart.
happy home, they say happy mom, happy home, happy everybody.
Yeah,
It's
and
true.
until school really kicked in, we did travel a lot together. We just moved as a unit. But in the last couple of years, we've kind of been based in LA, and simply for geographical reasons, it's just like the central point between Australia, which is where I'm from, and London, where I work, and New York, and so. I don't know, just figuring it out as I go.
It's adventurous.
And we actually have a burst video about that.
Oh, really?
Hey, moms enjoying the show. My question for Toni is, I know you're Australian and you're traveling back and forth between the U.S. and Australia, which is a journey in itself. But just wondering how you balance out with your kids, and if you are bringing them in the journey with you a lot of times, or just what's your secret to balancing that pretty extreme travel experience?
Like I was saying, I think you just have to remain flexible and take every day as it comes. But obviously, I want to be with them as much as I can because I want to eat them for dinner. They're so delicious. But
Wait, how old are
sometimes 9 and 6.
9 and 6, yeah.
But sometimes I try to, really the longest I ever go away for is 2 weeks, and that is a real stretch, and it breaks my heart every day. But we communicate by, thank God we have FaceTime. That's kind of been a little bit of a saviour. But yeah, we just are with each other whenever we can.
Right now, there's a great line.
Yeah,
this is my favorite line in the film.
Too.
When one of the dads was watching the kids, so he said he's babysitting for the kids. Okay, so when you go away, is your husband like? Does he babysit or he has to be his
the
dad?
parent. He's dad, and he's watching
an amazing
the kids.
parent. Yeah, he's with them, and you know, and when he goes away, I do the same. But no, I'm so lucky. He's an amazing father.
And do you guys have different roles that, or you both just kind of do? There's no.
He's a great chef, and I am a crap cook. I'm good with breakfast.
But do you care?
Or do we cook together?
Do you care that you're like? Do you want to be a good cook?
Eventually, I'll get to it. I mean, really, it's a circumstantial thing. I mean, everyone has to eat. I wouldn't make people starve, and it won't be disgusting, but I can manage. But he's so good at it that I've kind of taken a back seat. But I think eventually I would obviously like to, because it's a creative thing as well, and people say they find it relaxing. I just find it stressful because I've got so many things to do. Yeah.
Now, he's a musician, correct?
Yes.
And you released an album together.
Yeah,
right?
it was ages ago now.
But what was that like? It must have been awesome.
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, yeah, as I said, I started out as a singer, really. And then when we got together, I'd been writing for a while, and we thought, well, why don't we just form a band? And we made an album, and we toured around Australia, and I love touring. I love recording as well. And I mean, I write, but I really have, since having kids, and my day job is kind of keeping me busy, so I haven't had time for a while. But I'd still like to make more music, to be honest.
Do you share when you get a script or a book's being made into whatever film? Do you guys talk about it together? Does he read it? Like, is he your go-to? That's like,
I send him most scripts that I receive. Yeah.
He's
So
like
it's a real
thumbs up or
team.
thumbs down.
Yeah.
Okay, so
He's really good with casting ideas too, I have to say. Yeah.
Okay, well, we have another burst from a
Okay.
fan on parenting and your projects.
Hi Toni, I'm so excited you're on Mamarazzi this week. The Sixth Sense is one of my all-time favorite movies. I remember watching it on a sleepover for the first time with one of my best friends, and she wouldn't let us go to bed afterwards because she was terrified. So I'm curious, have your kids seen The Sixth Sense yet? And how do you monitor what your kids watch, especially as it relates to your own work? Thanks.
There is no way in the world my kids have seen The Sixth Sense. It would scare the shit out of them. Me
too.
Oh my God.
Would you ever?
Yeah, I mean, eventually
they're
they will grow
teenagers.
up, yeah, but not yet. There are very few films my kids can watch that I've done. I've done a couple of animated films like The Box Trolls. I have a tiny part, and I did this little Australian animated film called Blinky Bill. My daughter really loves Connie and Carla. I played a drag queen. It was like Some Like It Hot in Reverse, where Nia Vardalos and I see somebody being murdered, and then we go. We're musical theatre geeks, and we go undercover as drag queens.
That's fun.
Yeah. But I don't think they've seen much else, so I'm excited. My daughter started to watch Little Miss Sunshine because I figure the good parts she'll appreciate, and the stuff that's kind of intense will probably go over her head.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you monitor what they watch? With YouTube
Absolutely.
today, like if
They
they're
don't watch YouTube.
Got it.
They are really when they're at school. There's no TV during the week, and they get to watch some, maybe a movie or some episodes of something on the weekend. Never TV with commercials. It's just like a barrage of hideousness. And if we're in the car on a long journey, they might watch a movie on an iPad or something.
Yeah.
But we try to keep it. They still have a sense of, my son's 6, but my daughter's 9, and you've got a 9-year-old, right? And it's at the point where things could become a little more saturated in what we're all used to. And I'm trying to keep away from that. Really
hold
in
on.
nature.
And wait
she
till they're
really does have a
kids.
sense of still being a little girl, as well as being wise in other ways. So
Right.
I'm really
But
proud
wait
of
till
her.
their friends start the pressure.
I know.
Yeah.
We're going to another burst.
Another burst video.
Hi Toni, I'm a big fan. I especially liked you in Little Miss Sunshine. My question for you is there a particular genre in which you'd like to act that you haven't done so already? Or is there a particular type of character that you haven't played yet that you've been dying to play?
I think I've kind of done, maybe I haven't done a Western. There's no particular genre. I never have a fixed idea of what I want to do, to be honest. And I think that characters are complex just like humans, so you can't say what type of human do you want to be. Like, people are so complicated, so I can't even answer the question about the type of character I'd like to play. So usually a script will come through, and I really do feel it like in my gut immediately if I want to do it or can do it. And really if I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you've played so many different kinds of characters, and a lot of your films become cult classics. So how do you pick your roles?
they pick me. It's like I have no choice. Recently, here's an example. I was doing. I said to my team, my agents and my manager, after I did a film called Miss You Already, where my character died and went through the horrible experience of living with breast cancer before that, and I've just for years people have saying, how do you leave your work at work? And I was very nonchalant about it, like, oh, it's easy. It's just I go home and have my life. And after that film, I just realized that accumulatively I hadn't let it go, and I had to figure out how to do it. So for a while I was saying, I just want to do comedies. I just want to have fun. I don't want anything heavy. So I was doing this amazing film called Madame in Paris. I mean, it was a dream come true. I was working with Harvey Keitel and Rossi De Palma and living in Paris for a couple of months. And my agent sends me this script, and I started reading it. It was so heavy and so intense and so fucking brilliant. I was like, screw you. I have to do it.
Right.
So I had no choice. Like, it's just this absolute
love.
connection with the material that I can't deny, and I have to do it.
Just hits you.
Even if I don't want to.
So we need to go back to Miss You Already. So we hosted you for Mamarazzi for Miss You Already. We were crying through the film.
We were crying.
Her
My
sister had
sister
just
had
finished
just
treatment.
finished treatment,
And a
right.
month after we met you, I was diagnosed.
My God, no way.
Yes.
How are you now?
It's growing back.
Oh, wow.
So I went through a year of treatment, and every day
That's
is
shit. I'm sorry.
yes, no, but it's
Shit. Excuse me.
yeah, it's I always had that in my head because when you're diagnosed with cancer, you don't know if you're going to live or not, and I am living and laughing, and I think that's a major part of it. But watching you, I mean, you were brilliant in that film, and I had no connection at the time. And a month later, I was diagnosed, and I just had you in my head throughout the whole treatment. I mean, luckily, I'm okay. There's always something, but yeah, but I remember all the scenes of you shaving your head and not having hair. I went through every bit of that. But
And
yes.
Drew Barrymore was
I'm
in.
so sorry to hear that, but how fucking great that you're sitting here and able to talk about it like that in such a positive way. And, it makes me really proud of the movie too, because we wanted to really just be so honest in what the representation of living with it is like. So for you to say that is an amazing compliment.
Yes. I had you in my head the whole time. And also your
friendship with Drew was like,
Drew.
She was the rock. I was.
And so
can I say I was the rock?
Yes, we had. No, I know I've done enough crying already.
It's
but
been a long.
look at your eyes. Oh my.
It's a long year. It's never over either.
It's never over because every day now I'm going through anyway a lot more tests and they come back and you always think you have cancer.
Yeah, my sister.
Well, having done the film, anyway, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Let's talk about happy
Fun
things.
Mom Dinner.
No, but I want to talk about
Who did you?
But go back to your role, your friendship. I remember with Drew Barrymore. You said was really special. And do you think that was because of the material, or you really are that connected?
I think the material brought us together. I will always love her because of that experience.
She's so cool, huh?
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Right. And is there anybody else that you've connected on a film like that, or because of that, the deep material?
Well, it doesn't even need to be deep. Like with Fun Mum Dinner, we honestly had a ridiculous amount of fun, and I love these women, and I'm so grateful for this experience because it really isn't always like this. So it really depends who you're working with. It doesn't always come from the material itself. It's just the experience and the atmosphere on set, and people have chemistry.
And Bridget in a unicorn onesie, right? I mean, you're just like, you wake up and there she is probably, and you're like, this is going to be a great day, right? It's so great.
She is a ray of sunshine.
Do
and
you?
Katie and Molly.
Yeah,
I mean, it
Molly,
was just
dreamy.
It was really, really special. The only problem with the whole experience was it was just too brief. It was an indie movie, and it was done very, very quickly.
How quickly again?
3 weeks.
Wow, really?
I think they were saying like really the
The audience, wow.
I know. Trust me, we were saying wow too. I think the four of us literally only worked together when we were all on set for 13 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and you are so connected.
Yeah.
Wow, is there a dream role that you want to do? Or a kind of a character?
No, not really. I just what I would like to do is start to create my own work. I've started writing more. I used to write a lot when I was younger, and I've just been too busy, as you are with a mum, and you've got to find time for that. And now when I'm not working and the kids are at school, that's why I'm so inspired by Julie Rudd, who wrote this, She's a brilliant mum, and when her kids started school, she was like, I've got this idea, and she just went for it, and
And how
Love
sweet
that.
her husband, Paul Rudd, supported her and bought her the program to
Yeah,
help with
yeah.
the
I
screen.
love that.
I know.
He surprised her with a computer, and I think that,
sweet.
yeah.
That
There
probably
you go.
helped.
Tell your husband to do that. Now you're going to
Oh,
start
he's
ready.
so
No,
supportive.
he's cooking. He's cooking meals that are all going to come
He's
out.
writing too. He's
That's awesome.
exploring and changing and growing. Yeah, it's important to do that and not get stuck in a rut, you know.
Right, exactly. Well, we have a great
Audience,
audience
yeah.
here,
We wanna-
and
who's got some
we would love to know
questions?
Who has a question?
Yes.
So stand up real fast.
Raise your hand. Stand up.
Anybody?
Don't be shy.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you have a mic right there.
Yes.
Hi, Toni.
Hi.
I was wondering, will we see you on the stage at any point in your career?
I mean, I've done a couple of shows on Broadway. The last one was in 2014, I think. The Realistic Joneses.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved doing that.
Yes, Keeping Up with the Joneses.
The
Was that
Realistic Joneses.
Right.
Will Eno.
Yes.
But I would love to. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I started in theatre as a teenager, and I try to do it whenever I can. I mean, it's just the same as any of the jobs I take. It's about the material. So, and especially because it's kind of a slog, and you do it for months and months. you want to really be inspired by it and feel that you can contribute to it in some way. But I would love to. It's a really fun thing to do. Yeah.
Go ahead. Stand up, please.
Hi, is there some
Oh, wait, microphone.
is there some sort of guilty or non-guilty pleasure, that you do for you when the kids are kind of busy and, you're just chilling?
It's so funny sometimes when you finally get a moment to yourself. I sometimes feel a bit lost, like, oh, what did I want to do? I should make a list about things I want to do so
Totally.
that when I have time to do it, I can actually figure it out. But, even when
Scrapbook, right?
I get them to bed at night, it's like, now, even if I'm exhausted, I'm like, this is my time, and I start firing up, like trying to do all the things that I don't get to do during the day, and really I should be going to sleep. But
Do you have a favorite guilty TV show that you
Netflix.
watch?
What are you watching? Anything?
the most recent thing that I loved The Night Of, and I really loved Master of None Season 2. I think Aziz Ansari, I watched Season 1 and he just elevated the whole thing in Season 2. It was really cinematic and profound and beautiful and funny. I haven't read The Handmaid's Tale, so I want to read it before I watch it, but everyone says I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah. Did you see The Crown?
I loved The Crown. Yes, I did love The Crown. Yeah.
We have time for one more question.
So you love your kids, but what was it like working with other people's kids? You've done it a few times.
I've done a lot, yeah.
I mean, are you trying to be motherly, or are you being the tough parent, or?
Oh no, neither. We're colleagues, and we just have fun. I love working with kids because, in a way, they're just able to be really present and not fixed in the way that they work. They're just there, and they. I think acting is about being real in a moment, and I think they have some of them, obviously, really talented and able to do that. But sometimes I'll be working with kids for a really long time. I'm like, I'm seeing these kids more than I'm seeing my kids.
Right.
This is not okay.
Right. This is
Your
not
kids
good.
get jealous?
No, never, no. And my kids come to work and meet everyone, and yeah.
Fun. Bring your kids to work every day. I love it.
I'm lucky that I'm able to do that because I
know.
know that most moms who work in different jobs can't do that. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Well, thank you so much to our studio
Yeah.
audience.
Oh my
thanks,
goodness.
And before we go, we are going to do a minute with the moms. Toni, this is where we do rapid fire questions.
Oh my God.
And the answers are real quick.
Okay.
Are you ready, Toni?
No.
Let's get the clock going. Oh, it's going. Here we go. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Favorite date night?
Okay.
Move on.
Singing or acting?
Both.
Dream acting collaboration.
Well, I just worked with Gabriel Byrne. That was pretty fantastic.
Film, TV, or Broadway?
All of the above.
Favorite date night again? Try it now.
It will involve food. I like to
Wine.
walk, so I like to go on long walks.
That's nice.
Yeah, well,
You seem like more fun than that. I'm just saying.
Okay, so
it does involve wine most of the time.
dinner in or dinner out?
Either, because he's such a great cook. But you want to go out and feel like I want to give him a break as well.
Ice cream for breakfast for your kids, yes or no?
I used to do it, so maybe once in a while.
Okay, good. Bad cop, good cop for with the parent date.
I am kind of the good one.
What do you do when you're hungover?
I'm here.
So that was a wait. And we just want to know also, how would your kids describe you?
Yeah.
Oh. I was FaceTiming with my son earlier, and he was kissing the screen till it was so smeary. Just, I love you, Mummy. I love you so much. You look so pretty, Mummy. And because I shaved my head and miss you already, they're so excited that my hair is long
really
again.
did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, Toni, we could talk longer, but we know you have
Thanks
to go.
for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much for
Yeah, good to
chatting
see
with
you.
us
Thank you.
about your kids, about your career, including your new role in Fun Mom Dinner. Everybody go see this movie. It's so good. It comes out this weekend. And a huge thank you to our live studio audience.
Thank you to everyone who sent in first videos, tweeted us, and commented on Facebook. And keep an eye out in People Magazine and on our social media pages for our next episode of Mamarazzi.
Which is tomorrow with Halle
Halle
Berry.
Berry.
So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.